And we're live here this evening. Welcome to the Poetry Night produced by Omiyinka7 and Tribe. Thank you so much for joining me today. We thought we'd just cool out and have an evening of poetry. I want you to join me. If you have poetry, please go out and get your poetry. I'll be reciting from my new book, License to Preach. Basically, we're adding more to the book, so it will soon be out. It is on audio, but I'd like to recite it for you today. And hello, Facebook friends. This is your Omiyinka7 live coming to you, talking to you about poetry, talking stuff and talking jive. We haven't had one of those nights. We've been so seriously on top of things and dealing with business. I thought we'd just cool out this evening to a night of poetry. Hello, everyone. Hello, Albert Brown. How are you? Hello, Joseph Whitfield. Hello, Albry Ben Yasin. How are you this evening? And we are featuring live on YouTube as well as on Facebook. And I'd like to welcome each and every one of you and offer you the right hand of fellowship, because we're going to have a little fun tonight and doing our poetry. I'm going to have that room, Facebook, to perk up a little bit. I need to see some high fives going up and some love symbols going up. And I need to hear from you. You guys are going to have to speak up tonight, because this is the night where you can lay back in the cut. You don't have to be serious. You don't have to think about what your opinion is. You just have to come up and do impromptu poetry if you want to, or you can even read it from your book. Now, I'll be reading from License to Preach. Some of you may have heard about the book that I have online. It's called The Journey of the Class Agent, according to Garth, and that's out on lulu.com. However, I had priced it so high that I decided to make it a wireless book and bring the price down very, very low so everyone can get a copy of it. Now, I have given out demos of my first book, and that has been some time ago, but I'll probably be coming back into doing more demos with that. But I'd like for you to give a listen to License to Preach and give me some response as to what you feel about the book. There's another whole section that is waiting to go into the book that I've actually recorded on audio. But this particular segment is the first 9 poems that I have written, and I like to get your response. How you doing, Tahuti and Rodney Jackson? How are you? And how is Patrick Archer doing? Thank you so much for joining me, Albert Brown and Tishin, Joseph Whitfield, and Ben Yasin. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, once again, I like to say that I used to do a lot of pal talk, and we had our own poetry room where we went for like 2 days sometime, and everybody got their written work out there. And at the time, we were just doing live impromptu. We weren't thinking about being published. But I have a website that I put up with the books on there, and the website is ready to be published. However, I wanted to tweak it a little bit more to make sure that it is workable and you can use your to go and do your shopping. The one website that I have up is a website for singing songstress, and I put a ploy out for those who are interested in being a part of being a part of our solo group that is doing a cappella, where we are looking for women and men that sing from the gospel tradition and secular, as well as we were looking at some of the Creoles. We're going to be doing a little Native American. I do a lot of impromptu and a lot of where I actually do, we don't have enough solo artists out there who are part of the movement. I was a part of the movement in the 60s, so a lot of my songs are struggle songs, and I like to put them into music and adding a little Geechee Gullah, a little Creole, a little Native American, and give it a funky style. Some of you know me as a traditioner. I also, like jazz and I like blues. Anita Baker is one of my favorites, and Mary J. Blige. Excuse me. Thank you. I had to get rid of some of that background noise, else nobody would be able to hear this poetry this evening. Sorry about that. Once again, I was saying that some of the music that I did was R&B, blues, while overseas, I was able to do opening performance for MC Light, doing one of Anita Baker's songs. And I like to get more back into fun things and being able to just relax, not having to come out here and do these serious discussions and controversial issues. Sometimes we want to get away from that and just supposed to be an outlet where we can just relax and talk. But sometimes it becomes a discussion, a serious discussion where we got to act immediately. So I want to lay back in the cut today and just to linger off of some poetry. And if you feel like doing a number or two and would like to give your viewpoint of a poem and perspective, I write from the right side of my brain. While I'm in meditation, I do my poetry. I have a whole procedure where I go into meditation and I write while I'm half conscious and half awake. And whatever comes up out of the right side of my brain, that's what I write about. So in my first book, I write about various different people in my life, about real issues. It's not a lot of lovey-dovey or provocative, but it's about real stories. So epic writer, I write about epics and stories. So as you listen, you'll see the storyteller in me. The first one I'd like to do for you is called License to Preach. Step right up and get your license to preach. I'm not talking about all those that they can preach, but rather the ones who teach, they will need a license to preach. Now, you go to school to get the golden rule, but you'll find out that you need more than just tools. When you realize the schools only teach from one book, then in your resources, you want to take a look. Now, one of these books is called the Book of the Dead. That's right. Did you hear what I said? Yes, it's the Book of the Dead. You want to read the Hosea and the Holy Tablets too. Hold up. I'm not finished talking to you. I'm not talking about those that claim that they can preach, but rather my day, you will make up your mind rather than of our souls. Now, Moses didn't really bring us the 10 Commandments down, irregardless of what and how bad it might sound. There were 42 negative confessions, and the 142 were already here for you to view. Now that we have the holy tablets, I know that you will just have to have it. I'm not talking about those that claim that they can preach, but rather those that came to teach. They will need a license to preach. No more teaching from the King James Version only, nor the Strong Concordance. And not reading the other books is we're wrong. No more myths, fallacies, nor allegorical stories talking about how we're going to descend to a life in glory. No more heavens in the sky. No waiting till we die for the sweet by and by, for the pie in the sky, for you and I. We must capture these lies. For years that we have been reprised from teaching and preaching the words without myths. I wonder what we would have done if no myths did exist. I'm not talking about those that claim that they can preach, but rather those that came to teach. They will need a license to preach. License to preach, y'all. The next one is titled, Just Give Me Some More. When my money gets kind of funny, I don't want things that cost me too much money. When my money is low, I want to be able to go, child, where I don't have to blow it for things that I can simply let go. Just give me some more. Just give me some more. Like having my hair or my feet manicured and my toenails painted. Why, this is living the good. Don't you go taking me for some addict just because I need to have my hair plaited. Periodically, I need to mend it. Sometimes I need to extend it. And there are those times when I need to bond it or weave it. And would you believe it? I might just take a notion just to leave it. To air dry, that is, while I go and tend to my biz. Girl, you better, or just give me some more. Just give me some more. And some folks even occasionally comment where my money more, and I'm below my money, not to blow it for things that I can simply let go. Why some more? Just get some more. You see, it's of no kind. Why, you all must think I'm lying. Just stick around and you will find I ain't the one to be calling blind. Why, I'll never stop trying until I have you on your knees crying about me getting this Benjamins and the Franklins too. If I didn't have them in my pocket, boy, I don't know. I guess I would shop or get my hands on some more money, that is. Now, why don't you just mind your own biz? Why, even I know the riches of the wicked are laid up for the just. You can just move out of the way so I can finish being blessed. Even though I have to sometimes shop secondhand, I know that really that's the way that's not the way the Creator had it planned. In my spirit, I am rich. And this is not just some house pitch. Ooh, I'm thrifty and economical. While my money I will never blow. My currencies, I like to move rather, cause don't confuse with some other hags and price tag. Erykah Badu claims that she's carrying too much stuff. She should have realized that someone was going to make it rough or tough for us just because she wants to carry her stuff. Thrifty and economical, she must go. So she will never have to blow. Give me some more. The next one is called Confirmation. They tell me that MSN is all brand new. I guess I'll drive by just to get a view. Who's been working overtime? Don't look like I'm gonna get back on this line. Service non-responding again. Working offline, it seems to be the new trend. Trapped like a mouse. Ooh, girl, I got to get up out of this house. I'm really trapped like a mouse. Junk mail have to read a few. Hotmail server you can't even view. Afraid those fools are gonna try to cam. Just trying to get a look at who I am. Open up these airways and then unzip the files. Computer needs attention and so does my child. I'm trapped like a mouse. Girl, I've got the house. I'm really trapped like a mouse. I want to change my email. Yes, I think I'll turn it around. Then I'll tell folks in town. This mouse has started to stick again. I wonder, will I ever win? Screens have become blurred and input has lost all my words. Ain't no virus gonna get through until I finish what I have to do. And that is to sit here and talk to you until you recognize my point of view about this little thing called the mouse. And up here in this house, like a mouse. Ooh, girl, I've even though I've obtained a bag lady, you ain't got nothing on me. I'm still carrying all these bags. Now how come it's got to be so rough for a college woman to carry her stuff? How come how come she has to lose her pride? How come others vanguard was rightfully ours from the start? Bag lady, you ain't got nothing on me. I'm still carrying all these bags you see. Bags of scars, sexism, classism, ageism, and racism, holding us back as if we were in a prison while we're nothing but isms. Tell me why folks out there try to make it so rough just for you and I to carry our stuff. Standing on the subways while it's never paid, and living out of bags while you sure don't have it made, and you sure can't get saved. Why? It's cost you something that you and I can't afford to lose. Our time down here singing these low down dirty blues. Bag lady, I hope that you will listen to this bulletin news and won't think that I'm just another chick down here singing these low down dirty blues. Bag lady. The next one is called Crazy Cam. Don't go PMing me saying that you want to cam. Boy, you don't even know who I really am. You don't know who I could really be. Asking if you can lay your camera all over me. Why, just to add a face to a voice, is this really giving you any choice? Asking for a chance to lay eyeballs on who I am. Could this be another one of your foolish scams? I could be warmed over breakfast, or I could even be another anorexic. I can even be fresh out of the bush. Just why are my looks you trying to push? Screens don't always reveal what's true, even when someone's trying to people look at you. As a matter of fact, they will always oblige just to keep you coming back for more lies. Now, here's the real deal. When looking for how I know only sooner or later, after you read this, don't rest to listen to. I want you to leave me right where I am. And that is off of your crazy cam. Crazy cam. To surround wrong. Why my very name came here to this earth. I was born around water with my ancestors surrounding me. They call me Omiyinka7, Lady Jaguar. It was Chief Metahochi who spoke my name, divined over me with such fortune and fame. And Adiimi, he would be my teacher, taught me the real meaning of being a teacher. And Evie Loba, I thought I had told her that she would be my friend until the very end. I'll walk with her and through thick and thin, because I know just where this lady's been. I'm in Jim. And Uncle Manny, too. Why, what's a mother supposed to do when you got your children depending on you and you've got to step up and live their lives too? At times you can be overwhelmed and overburdened in life when there is never anyone to give you any. Omiyinka7, Lady Jaguar Throne, because I've got 10,000 angels hanging around my home. Why, it sounds like a simple and plain just to hear them calling my name. It's just the sound of the old rat-a-tat-tat of the ancestors trying to call me right back, calling me back to the underworld spirit. Oh, if you can, I wonder, can you hear it? When you hear them, don't you fear them. Just pull the veil back and persevere them. Even though a righteous woman may fall 7 times, she'll rise again and again and above all of her sin. But calamity will this man for the deeds that he's done and for not taking a stand. I'm just living my life before it's been rehearsed. Pardon me while I sing the second verse. I was born around water with my ancestors surrounding me. They call me Omiyinka7, Lady Jaguar Throne, because I've got these angels hanging around my home, just waiting to take moving of the middle mast. I'm not talking about the underclass. They took a trip, so they all boarded up on that big old ship, are still today in captivity. I wonder, will we ever gain our liberty? Now, I'm teaching you the golden rule, and you have to change your real name. And if it's all the same, you better think about taking back your real name. I suppose that you better get hip. Why, you sure don't want to board on the wrong ship. It would really be a shame if you never found out what was really in. That's why I told you this name. Then that's why this name. Let me do some explaining before you folks start complaining. Why, this is why I'm singing and proclaiming that there is really something in a name, which is what I've tried to explain. And I will forevermore proclaim that there is really something. I for a minute of your time to guide me so I won't be blind. Help me so that I can get through these lines. I know this thing will pass over time. I want a second touch for a clear vision. Just a second touch for a clear vision. Breathe on me once again and help me to remember way back when you first molded me in your hands like clay, as if I were. Remember when you renewed a right spirit in me. These barriers, I pray. I want a second touch just for a clear vision. Just a second touch for a clear vision. Clear vision. Second touch. The next one is called My Sister Died. And this is a personal poem that I did dedicated to my sister who really did pass away. My sister died, clutching her heart and screaming. Before her life was ever done, or was her life lived in vain because her children went so damn insane? Tears, because I watched those children from the time they were reared. Could it be the way that society forces you to be steered? I'm sure that my sister prayed for them before she passed. That couldn't have been the real reason why her life didn't last. One of her daughters ran off from her husband, leaving 4 children behind crying. One of her daughters was set to flame on account of being caught up. She was caught up in the game of snitching, just living her life dodging and bitching. I'm sure if her mother had been here, she would be bitching, saying, just why was that girl snitching? Some say Others say her life was one of the crudest. Two of her sons joined into the penitentiary. Who would have ever thought that they would end up there eventually? Now they will never have a chance to be free, to maybe even sail across the ocean sea. Her baby boy is looking all the wrong places, changing beds and looking into different faces. He appears to be growing up too fast. I certainly hope that this phrase doesn't last. I know to some that it might be seeming, just why was this woman kicking and screaming? Nevertheless, I'm still looking back and because it was because I missed her funeral and the family gathering too. Just tell me, what was I supposed to do when the military's life got its grip on you and civilian refused to see your point of view? Why, I would have given most anything for a day in the spring just to be there to sing. And I have others that I'm going to be grafting into that book for a license to preach. A number of the poems deal with things in the pulpit. They deal with things that ministers need to be conscious of, and I address the concept of to come that will be talking about Christianity and the damage that is done to people of color, African American, more in that book, and poetry that is in a book, but it will be done in a live orator. I hope that on the website, I have a number of things that will be for sale, not only the poetry, but books for teachers that is focusing on the African American male and the effects of females and go the things on the website so that you can be able to engage yourself. Now, once again, I did say that there is a website that is already open for families and parents, and that is Lilly Institute for Exceptional Education.weebly.com. And you can actually go to that website, and there's a wealth of information that's free there. But I think that everybody that do spoken word artistry should have a website, and they should invite other people to come along. Let me pull everything up. Stevenson and Arthur Ray. Hello, Arthur Ray. Hello, Louise Clark. Hello, Yakwada. Hello, Shante, Dominico Gleason. Hello, Clyde Smith. Jama. Hello, Alfred Tate. Hello, Sawyer. Rodney Jackson. Tahuti Horea. Patrick Archer. Albi Ben Yassin. Albert Brown. Nebro Tashin. Josephine Whitfield. Okay. And Albert Ben. Okay. We're talking about poetry. And spoken word artists came to me when I was doing solo music. I had demos that I was going to do a cut book. It's actually in book format. And this is called The Journey of the Class, Aging According to Garth. And this particular poem has been put to music, and you probably have heard it already out on my blog talk. I'll be brief is what it's called. I'll be brief. I won't hold you up like some common thief. I'll go straight to the point, and in no time, I'll have you up and out of this joint. I'll be short. I won't keep you like you're in some jury court, waiting while debating which plaintiff case will prevail, or which one the jury will decide to throw in jail. Yes, I hurry, so you don't even have to worry. I'm already fixing to get ready to go. So before anyone hits the door, just remember, I still have the floor. I'm a poet, for those of you who didn't know it. And it's been my real intention to show it. Before I get ready to bring this to an end, I'm sure you all have places that you long should have been. I only hope that I haven't committed a cardinal sin by taking up too much of your time, my friend. I'll be brief. The next one is Out of the Valley. I was down in the valley and I couldn't get from under. How long would I be under? What is inside of me spoke out there? This thing you won't have to dread out with one great voice. Now you must make a choice. Stand to your feet. This thing you are now ready to defeat. You've gone under for the very last time. You don't have to go back anymore. That is, if you're still keeping the score. This kind of crazy you don't recognize anymore. In your spirit, you are rich, and you don't have to resort to being poor. All you need is enough courage to walk through that door. Remember, you don't have to receive it or embrace it. Just let your mind totally erase it. Nothing can take you under if you don't permit it. Remember what Johnny Cochran once said, if it don't fit, it must be acquitted. Now, when you cry out, make your defense. You won't have to persuade or convince. Now that you've come out of the valley, you've come out of the valley. The people will gather around just to rest that you have now come up out of the valley, out of the valley. The next one is testimony. Hello, Kevin Rucker. I took a look at my life today, and I saw some of it faded away. Breath. And I could hardly. I hope that's expressed in my past is now accompanying my future at last. For I must go on. I can't let this